Hola, me bitches. 'Tis I, Chlois, aka Manibish, over on Instagram, and today we are doing an ombre set of nails. Finally, it's been a hot minute since I've done some ombre nails. So we are using Kiara Sky Rose Water and Kiara Sky Tequila Lime. These are their all-in-one powders, so acrylic, dip, however you want to take that all in one. And my Mani Boss dip liquids. So we are starting off with our base. I have some nail tips on, some full coverage tips for this video, but I have peel base on underneath them, so the whole tip will come off soon because I have other tips that I'm waiting for in the mail to try out. So yeah. So what we're going to do first is start with our neutral color, so our cuticle color. We're going to sprinkle that on about halfway to the nail. And then we are going to, I have my little brush saver brush switch guy here. So I'm just cleaning my brush off like that. And then we're going into tequila lime on the free edge. And I like to dip my free edge into the color and then sprinkle on from there. That way I still get a full coverage tip. Because if you sprinkle on, sometimes it can like alter the opacity. That's what I meant. Opacity, not opaqueness. The opacity of the color. And so I like to dip my free edge into the color to make sure I can get as much color there as possible. And then I'll sprinkle up from that area. And that's how we're getting our ombre, is just sprinkling those in the middle. And if I have any wetness, I will still go back between the colors. And then I like to, after I have the colors down, I like to tap that middle section where the two colors meet with the brush and just pat the colors in together right there. And in my opinion, it helps just get an even more seamless blend. And so I'm only showing you these. I'm only showing you these on 3 nails. And then for all of the steps. So this is going to be 3 layers of ombre situationness. Okay. And so again, on my first layer, I start with my cuticle. And then I go into my free edge color. And we are just sprinkling those together, getting them to meet. If I need to go back and forth between the colors, I will. And then again, patting. And then cleaning around my cuticle as always. And patting in more color if I feel like it needs it. This is just it's whatever you feel kind of thing. While there is a little bit of a theory, it's also pretty free range of what you think you need to do. So judge as you go kind of thing. I use my scrubby brush to scrub off the excess powder, and now we're going in with round 2, which we are going to do in reverse. So now we're starting with our free edge and getting that color laid first. And then we're going to go in with our cuticle color, so our neutral pretty pink color, and sprinkle that on. And this is also going to help get you that seamless blend, because at this point, the first time you did it, you're laying down the rose water, then tequila lime, and wherever rose water has already laid, tequila lime isn't going to stick. And so then you're going to switch it so that now tequila lime gets absorbed first, and then rose water goes on top, and wherever tequila lime is, rose water isn't going to stick. That kind of situation. And then you're going to tap them together well, you don't have to tap them together. That's just something that I find. I did one day, and I found that it really helped to get a more seamless blend. So, do that at your own risk. It's not really a risk, but do you. And so again, dipping in my free edge color, then sprinkling on from there. And I really only do that technique with dipping in my free edge for 2 coats, because if you keep doing it over and over again, you can get a harsh line. So I do it for the first 2 coats, and then on the 3rd coat, when we get there, I will just be sprinkling color, not dipping my free edge in. So, our little ring nail here, and we're going ring nail. That sounded weird. Gonna go in. What? Can I not talk? I've had coffee and everything, and I just can't talk. So yeah, free edge, you know, the drill. Then, cuticle color, and then again, I'm just making sure, like, I'm going around the whole nail, making sure I get everything covered, and then I will be doing the tapping of it together. And I also like dust it all off in that same motion too, and it just seems to help everything just kind of come together better. I don't really know how to explain it. I've noticed a difference in using the brush to tap the colors together in the middle and everything. For me, it makes it better. So now for round 3, I don't know why I stopped. For round 3, we are going to go back to doing the cuticle color first and then the free edge color second. So now we are coming back over here, making sure my brush is clean, tapping that in at the cuticle. You're trying to be heavier handed at the cuticle and less heavy in the center of the nail, you know, just so you don't get that harsh line. And then, like I said, on this layer, I am only tapping, not dipping, but I am still going to pat those colors together. And this is going to be our end result on the ombre. Now, for me, I haven't done an ombre in a hot minute, and I started on my middle finger, and you can kind of tell. The other nails look great. The middle finger is a little bit harsh. So we're just gonna, you know, avoid the middle finger and just not talk about her. So again, I'm going to show you these other 2 nails just so y'all can see like the pattern that is going on here. Get it in your brains in case you're new to ombre, or maybe you need help with your ombres, or whatever the case may be that you're watching this video. I'm trying to be informative because we all know that sometimes my talking can just take over and I'm not very informative. So, cuticle color, free edge color, blend. Capiche? And I'm trying to go in like relatively thin layers because when it comes to ombre, you can get away with doing 2 layers, but it seems to be better if you do 3 layers. That way you get that like good ombre. You're going to go cuticle, free edge, next layer, free edge, cuticle, next layer, cuticle, free edge again, and that just seems to get that ombre like right where you want it, right? So you are going to have just possibly more layers than usual. And I am still going to clear cap these nails because when I file and buff, I do not want to file away all of that hard work that we just did on creating this beautiful ombre. I will say I really loved these 2 colors together. I was iffy about it at first. I was like, is this gonna like look okay? But dang, I really like it. I really like the way that these look together. So now we're going to do our clear cap, which this is also the Kiara Sky all-in-one. And I do really like this clear. It's very clear and not like grainy. It's very fine, which I like. So yeah, that clear cap. Got that on. We're going to scrubby brush again to get all the excess off. I am going to activate, and then we're going to get into some cool stamping that I'm actually, like, I just loved this mani, and it did make me kind of sad that I used Pill Base on the whole thing, and it only lasted a couple of days. Well, actually, I think it only lasted 2 days. 1 to 2 days, because I did have other videos that I was, like, trying to film, and, oh, man, this was a good mani, though. So, anyways, stay tuned if you want to see the stamping. We're just activating these puppies. I am going to file and buff off camera, and then we will be right back with the stamping. And we're back. We're back, and the nails are filed. Back, and the nails are filed. If you watch Manny MUA, you know the vibe. So we are using Maniology Stamp for a Cause, and this one is for their local, I think it's their local Humane Society in Oahu. I can't be 100% sure. I know it's Stamp for a Cause for their animals. They're donating, so the Stamp for the Cause, they donate a portion of the kit that you buy, because it comes in a kit. You get a plate, a color, and then the little stamping stuff that you need. And they donate a portion of that to whatever the cause is. And this one is for it's for their local dogs and cats, Humane Society, whatever it is, for their local animals, okay? Let's just do that. But also, this was the perfect plate, I think, for me, because I love animals, and I also do currently live in Hawaii for a couple of more months until we are out of the Army. And so I just really loved the way this looked. I loved it all. Loved it all. So I'm using black first. This is just straight up black. I'm using this, and I am going to be infilling. I'm going to be reverse stamping. So we're going to be filling in this stamp with some of this green metallic. This is Lace Wig from the subscription box for this month. So I'm going to be using this color to infill the leaf, because I mean, what other color would you use for a cool little leaf like this besides metallic green? And I thought it matched my colors on my mani pretty good. So I'm just coloring this in with that stamping polish, and then we're going to set it off to the side to dry. But before we set it off to the side to dry, I did have the other stamp that came with it when I picked it up, and it says Aloha for animals. Isn't that cute? And everything stuck to my nail except for the A's. The A in Aloha and the A in animals did not want to stick. So I went in with another layer of tacky, sticky base coat and got my A's to stick, finally. So that one looks a little off, but whatevers. So now we put the other thing to the side to dry before we go stamping with it. And this, I clearly had some leftover stamp that I needed to clean off, so I got my little lint roller, cleaned it off. This paw print did not want to be picked up. It has a little heart in the middle of it, so I thought that would be cute, but I could not get that heart to not get filled in. So I took that off, cleaned my little stamping plate, and went on to the next one while that paw print dried, while I tried to get it to dry. And so now we went on to these cute little full coverage little paw prints and flowers. It's paw prints and flowers, and they're so cute. And we're putting that on my ring finger. And I am just, all of these, surprisingly, I was surprised at how fast I was able to get this mani, because it didn't take, I guess I was pretty patient with myself and went in with a purpose and not all flustered and everything, because when you go in flustered, sometimes it can be difficult to get it right away, so I only had a few mistakes that I needed to fix, but it wasn't anything discouraging where I was just so over it. So that was nice. Did I just say that was lice? That was nice. So now I'm sticking my flower, because it is dried. It stuck in the middle, and the edges didn't want to stick, so I just pressed those down. Sorry guys, I got flustered. My son yelled for me. I don't know what it's talking about. I stuck the edges down and that was it. That paw print still is not wanting to work, so I've moved on from that. We're going to do these, it's little doggy bones, and I don't remember, and I can't tell what else that was in there. Little flower star polka dot situations is what it is, I think. And we did that on my thumb, full coverage stamp there. And now we're picking up this Ohana. And the first one didn't want to work, so this is my second round going at it. And I have decided, I picked up both. So you get a big Ohana and a small Ohana. And I am putting that on the side of my nail. And Ohana means nobody gets left behind. Okay, Lilo and Stitch. That's where I learned that. And I love that it's on there, because nobody should be left behind. So I'm putting on my no smudge top coat, and it did kind of smudge. My A's on the animal, Aloha for animals. So all I did with that smudge was I took a little bit of alcohol and just kind of wiped it away at the free edge where the smudge was. And that actually seemed to help. So it was like, great. I won't have random black streaks on my nails. And now we are activating. Now here is, because we have these stamps on and I'm not using gel top coat. You could use gel top coat, but I like to show y'all that you don't, like, it is possible to be able to have a fairly clean mani. So with these swipes, I'm very intentional and fast. I'm not dragging my brush. I am just like with the liquid over it, and I am not rubbing my nails afterwards. I am just letting that dry, and I am going to be very, very fast when it comes to this first layer. We are not leaving our brush hanging out too long. We are going fast, quick, getting those swipes in, and then wiping our brush off to make sure the activator does not harden our top coat. So, and also I will say that when it comes to the like colors that don't have, that aren't like full nail stamping, I do avoid the stamp until the last part. That way, if any of the color does pick up on the brush, it isn't getting spread from the stamp to the rest of the nail, if that makes sense. So, now we're on our second layer. We can be more intentional with our strokes and make sure everything is precise and pretty. I am capping my free edge as well. And you guys, I just love this mani. I thought it came out freaking amazing. I love the way that Perfect, I love the name of that color, Perfect, that peach color that we used. I love the way that blends and yet still kind of stands out from the colors from the ombre. I really liked this mani. So this is the first ombre I have done in months. So yeah, and some little stamping that actually went my way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, bitches!